Good evening, everybody. Matrix here, and here's my watch list for July 29th. Okay, so let's get right into it. Tonight, I only have 3 tickers, but they're very, very precise tickers that I'm paying hard attention to. Taking a look at the futures right now, we are gapping down ever so slightly, and as you see this horizontal line that I've drawn across, we are just opening a little bit under it. So this here, this 3021 area, 30222, 3022 area, this is going to be very important for me to watch. If at any time the futures can get above and starts holding it, then it's definitely a long in the market. However, right now it's looking like it's pulling back a little, so we don't know what's going to happen before the pre-market happens. If it does keep pulling back, then the next level we'll be watching is around this area, which is the 3010 area. How does that correlate to the SPY though? I mean, let's bring in the SPY real quick. Okay, so as you can see, this is a 30-minute chart on the SPY. We have the blue line right here at 301. This is where the price is currently on the futures side. I have marked off this red line here at 301.50. This is a key resistance that we are looking at right now compared to the futures. This little brown horizontal line here right now, this is actually this line right here. Okay, it's actually this 3021 right here. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at. At the open, I mean, it looks like we're gonna take a little dip out the gates and pull back from its run on Friday. Overall, the chart looks very bullish. The market in itself looks very bullish. If I'm just gonna look on the weekly, we close on the high note, right? Even though the futures is gapping down a little pullback is expected. We are a little bit extended from the 9 EMA on the weekly chart, so I am expecting a pullback tomorrow to hold some sort of support. And the first support I'm looking at is this 385 area. Okay, let's go to the daily real quick. Okay, so we work our way from the long term into a closer look, right? So this horizontal support line right here I've drawn, let's see what area this is. This is the 365 area. Okay. And as you can see, it connects really well on the close of July 12th, the open of July 16th. Zooming in a little bit, it's basically the lows of yesterday as well. So right here, the closing price of July 15th as well. So this is a very key level I'm watching for the market to hold tomorrow. And on the intraday 30-minute chart, I believe I marked it off 365. So let's go ahead and mark that off right now. So about 365 cents to 350 cents right here. This is the first support area. I'll be looking for the pull in since we are at this blue line right now. So a little 50-cent pull, and then coming down over here, we have the key psychological hold number of 300. Mark that off as well. Very, very key. Very simple to trade actually on the SPY. It's very surprisingly clean. The action is not too volatile and sporadic, but it's definitely predictable. Coming into the daily chart again, as you can see, I marked off the 300 level. Over here, this horizontal support line, this is support 2 for me. The closing price of July 25th, the closing price of July 23rd, and then July 19th, July 17th. So very, very important level, 300, as well as the psychological hold number. Now coming over here, zooming out into the 30-minute chart, you do see these levels are interacting very well with this chart. how do I want to get long? So I'll be watching at each and every one of these support levels for a hold and a higher low or a double bottom from here, and then get long. I do what to swing long, and the idea is to get it back to all-time highs. Okay, but only if these support areas show signs of holding. So ideally, I'm looking for like a capitulation bounce play. If it comes down fast, okay, and then bounce right off, I'm gonna watch for the retrace to come down again and then make a higher low from there. For the past few days, we are seeing a slow uptrend ever since from this gap up here, right? The market's grinding up. Okay. Ooh, excuse me. So we are looking bullish. One more thing I want to bring in here, the fear and greed, right? We did close on the greed side. Everything's looking very optimistic right now, not too overly bought. So I do like it for the long. We are just pulling back ever so slightly though. So definitely wait after the pull in has settled down before you get long. And that's the overall plan for tomorrow. And let's get into some tickers here. Just move this out of the way. First up, we have TTD is my main watch. Okay, so let's talk about TTD real quick. Why, right? This thing did not really break out until around 2:30 p.m. And at 2:30 p.m. they came out with news that they're partnering up with Amazon Publisher Services, and they signed the deal. Okay, so Amazon Publisher Services, or APS, they are signing a deal with TDD, which allows clients to use the TDD platform to post ads on their TV streaming services. Okay, so Fire TV, people who are advertisers, they can use TDD to manage and post ads on Fire TV now. And with that said, this is actually very big news for TDD because first of all, Amazon is a giant. Okay. Second of all, the TV streaming industry is a very robust and growing industry right now. So it's the in thing right now. I mean, if you're taking a look at all the big companies out there, they're trying to get into live stream TV or streaming TV right now. For example, like Apple TV, Roku, Amazon's Fire TV, etc., etc. Okay, so CTV ad spend on the company TDD, the trade desk, is one of their major growth drivers in revenue. And overall, for the year of 2018, just with the CTV ad spend on TTD, the company has they've grown 900% year over year, and just the quarter alone in 2019, the first quarter alone, they have grown 300% compared to the quarter one of 2018. Now, I know I just cited a lot of news and stats here. This is very easy stuff to find on any kind of news site. I was just basically reading off my notes from a news article right now. But the point is, though, this news catalyst is a game changer for TDD, and it's very exciting for them. Overall, if you're taking a look at daily chart, they are making an all-time highs again. And because with the news coming out so late on the day, I believe a lot of firms or a lot of retail traders, they missed out on this move and they want in. Right? So at any chance this thing pulls back and holds some sort of a level, I would say there is a very good chance of TDD to continue to run, right? With that said, I do like the long first on the stock. I know it's looking very overextended, but for me, I think the stock looks like it wants 300. Okay, the way it closed and even after hours, you still see people buying it up. I do think this is going to gap up tomorrow. Okay, so what I am looking for is a pullback and hold, right? What kind of support will I be looking for? Now, I know for a fact that people are buying in here, right? This is a major buyer right at the 265. And will it pull back all the way back to 265? I highly doubt it. I don't think it will give these guys a second chance to buy at 265. As you can see, the volume came in hard this last hour as well, and the buying volume keeps coming. What I'm looking for, though, I do think there is going to be a pull-in for after the gap up. Whoever did get lucky and bought during the day around this area on this breakout around the lunchtime, the accumulation here, they will want to pull some profits out the gates at the open after the gap up. So I am anticipating a pull-in. Taking a look at this, I am looking at $275. Okay, if I'm just going to look at this right now, let's go to the hourly chart, the 60-minute chart, right? And I'm looking at this major volume bar. This is the low at 274.40s or 274.30s, okay, compared to this high, 275 and change. Okay, if the stock does come down to close to this area right here, I don't think the buyers will let it come all the way down and test this 274.30. I think it's going to create a mentality of them trying to get in, and they don't want to miss it, which will cause a higher low in a sense from this area right here. So where did this bar open? This bar opened at 274.75. Okay, so as it pulls in and as the whole world is watching, trying to get in, I think they're going to try to defend. They're going to try to buy the 275. I do expect some orders to be sitting right at 275. And if at any point this thing pulls in near the 275, this thing's going to start bouncing off that. Okay, thus creating a higher low from this area right here on the 5-minute chart. Okay, as you can see, it's also the 50 EMA here on the 1-minute chart. And yes, I know this is very overextended, which comes to play in a sense the psychology of the short seller, right? I'm pretty sure as a predominant short seller myself, if I don't do my research, read the news, and just taking a look at this chart action, I would tell myself, hey, this thing is super overextended and I want to short it, right? As a short seller, who doesn't want to short this massive overextension, right? I think that psychology will actually come to work for me on the long side when the stock pulls in and starts holding this 275. And this is where all the shorts will get trapped and piled in from the first opening drop. If they don't cover and take their profits, if they do short that dip, they're going to get trapped. They're going to get trapped and they're going to get squeezed. That will cause a further potential for the stock to run. Okay, the average, the relative volume in the stock is 1.59. The average true range is $11.04. Okay, and the float short right now is at around 11%. Okay, I'm pretty sure tomorrow the float short will be higher. The short interest. Okay, and this stock is has 75% institutionally owned, right? So I also believe that the institutions will defend price on this name if it comes down to around the 275. Also a key psychological hold number. Okay, with that said, my plan is to get in on the hold of 275. Okay, looking for the pull in, a higher low, or double bottom from there and basically a capitulation bounce play, which is lately has been my very favorite play, as I've been doing very well on the long side of these plays here. With the market overall looking bullish as well, I do like the long more than I do the short. Um, Coming over here, I mean, you see major volume. Let's move this camera out of the way. You do see major volume on this day, a big spike, and then the next day it did pop and drop, but it did hold some sort of level, right? It might not just run tomorrow. It could just consolidate sideways, but overall, I am still bullish. As you can see, this ticker has the ability to run. And with this catalyst, this is a fundamentals changing catalyst, in my opinion. Let's take a look at the daily chart over here. If I'm going to plot out this trend line, there's this very key daily trend line that I want to map off. Okay. So linking back to, I believe this is its prior earnings, April. This is its prior earnings where it pulled in. And even after that massive pull-in, it's still running strong. I mean, overall, this ticker, it's a monster. It's a monster. I mean, looking at the weekly chart right now, and if I were to do, I don't know if I should be using the weekly chart. It doesn't really match up. It is on a longer time, but on a shorter term basis, this uptrend line, it's looking like it's following it. I'm definitely gonna see. I want to see this 283 test right here, and if it breaks out in the next week or so, then I think the stock has the potential to go to 300. For tomorrow, I like the long. Okay, so in the comments below, let me know what you think. Okay, this is just of my personal opinion, and that's the plan, and that's the move I'm looking for. So very detailed, planned out right here on TDD. And next up, we have Starbucks. Now, Starbucks had an earnings reaction, a positive earnings reaction, and I'm looking right now at 97. Okay, 97 is very key support in my opinion. It's after hours. They had the earnings, it popped, held, and then the next day it did a massive dip and then just got bought right back up, and then it tested this 97 again. Okay, coming into the 5-minute chart, as you can see here, this 97, very, very key support, and I don't think the stock will come all the way down to 97 again. Looking at the 98 as well, and it's not this whole number of 98, it's about 98-ish, as you can see, because it's more about this candle wick. So 97, 93 is the high of this wick. Okay, we have like a little range here, so this is a support zone in my opinion. Okay, so overall this looks bullish, right? On the daily chart side, it looks very overextended on this positive earnings reaction. Coming into here, I want to show you something on the 1-minute chart. Let's expand this out a little bit. Okay, after the 98, after this 98 breakout, this is basically a squeeze. Okay, as you can see, all these little tiny green candles, this is a squeeze out right here. Okay, shorts piled in at the 98 at 10:30 in the morning, right? That's when reversal happened. Right here, some more shorts piled in as they see that the stock cannot get above this level. Okay, and then basically whoever, all the shorts that are trapped here, they got squeezed out and they're covering, and then late day you do see profit taking right here as it's pulling in. Now this pull in will trap shorts. Okay, the market is gapping down on the futures right now, so I am expecting this thing to open down a little bit, and then I'll be looking for support to catch, right? If I'm going to draw an uptrend line, it's kind of like this, right? And then when it comes down, so what I wanted to say first, though, I mean, this is not real buying in my opinion. Okay, um, the action can definitely go both ways, as some longs are trapped here at around the 99 level. Whoever bought the 99, once it starts pulling tomorrow at the open, they're gonna freak out a little. And it all depends if this 98 holds. If the 98 does hold, they will protect it, and then the shorts get squeezed again. If the 98 snaps, though, these buyers at 99, they're going to panic and sell it all the way to 97. However, I do think 97 will protect. Okay, 97 will protect. It's a big, big point here. And I do see that. Let's see, take a look at the volume. This was the first pull-in, sorry, the second pull-in after the morning buy. Right. So key psychological area and key support at the 97, even after hours, you'll see. So it won't go as low as 97. What I want to see how this 98 reacts first. If 98 snaps and stays under, anybody who bought above 98, they're trapped underwater and they will panic. Okay. However, if it holds, then it's the other way around, and the shorts, whoever shorted up here, they're gonna start freaking out, and you'll see cover pops, and you'll see this little chart action again, these little tiny green bars. So that's what I'm looking at. Definitely two ways to play it. I do like the long first, okay, even though I am expecting a pull-in. Overall market conditions bullish as well. We have relative volume of 2.77. We have the average true range of $1.71. There isn't much of short float here. So the float short is only 1.85%, and the institutionally owned is 75%. So lots of institutions own this thing, and they will protect it at the very least at 97, in my opinion. Will it run? I don't know, but I don't think it will get lower than 97. It might just stay around 97 and just consolidate sideways. So there might not even be a run play here, in my opinion. But knowing that 97 is a key support, you can definitely start accumulating a position there for a swing position. Perhaps tomorrow, if it holds 97, get in on starter size. Okay, and then on this chart here, this is on the daily chart. This thing is going to all-time highs, and it's very strong. However, I do think it's a little bit overextended. To me, it does look like it wants 100, but I don't think it's time yet. It's definitely not time yet because it's so overextended, and this thing is a slower runner. Okay, that's totally different from TDD because TDD's news catalyst is a lot stronger, in my opinion. Okay, so that's StarBucks. And finally, we have ROKU here. I'm telling you, ROKU is about to break the fuck out. Okay, pardon my language there, but it definitely looks like it's breaking out. Look at this wedge here. Okay, we have a pull in, we have found the bottom, we are holding some sort of uptrend here. Let me zoom out a little bit. The last time this thing broke out like this, I missed it right here. Okay, I missed this breakout, and I also missed this breakout right here. Okay, this thing is about to break out again, and I do think it's tomorrow. Okay, for the sole reason that it closed right above this wedge here, this little downtrend line here. We are on breakout mode. Okay, I do want to see a pullback first, though. I'm looking at this area right here, pull back and hold, and the 110 is very key. You'll see these levels a little bit more clearly on on the intraday chart. Okay, so what I'm watching for right now is 110, although this is a little bit too close to its current price right now, even though the stock yesterday has been holding this level, as you can see, and it's closing pretty strong. The overall market on the SPY is doing a little dip action right now. So I am anticipating it to pull in and before it make its run. Okay, so what I'm looking for is this 109.50 to hold. Okay, now Roku at the open, if it does pull in, it tends to pull a little harder than usual to kind of fake out the weak hand longs first. Okay, but this 109.50 is a key area, and then also this 109 as well. So it does make sense for it to pull down that much. Right now, pull down maybe $1.50 could be a little too much. I like the 109.50 first. We're at 110.32, right? But I will be looking at these support areas. We have this 50 EMA curling up. Okay, once the pole holds, then it's all the way up to the highs right here, and it's a breakout stock in my opinion. Okay, whoever shorted this thing from July 18th, okay, they are now shitting their pants. If they haven't covered already, tomorrow once this thing holds the 109, let's see where they're shorting, right? They're shorting right about this area right here. They're all short in this area. Okay. And then we have the little grind up. So if the pull in starts holding 109 here, these shorts are they're gonna freak out. They're gonna freak out and they're gonna start to cover little by little, and then eventually this will break out and test these highs at 112 first, and then the ultimate highs at 113.50. Okay, so overall, looking at this daily chart, this is a breakout daily chart in my opinion. And once the pole holds, once these shorts freak out, then it's gonna go. Okay, and Roku has an average true range of about $4.50. This thing can run. I do like Roku a lot, and that's my final ticker of the evening. I know the watch list was a little long. I explained a lot in detail. Feel free to watch this watch list in 1.5 speed, right? And it'll be a little bit easier for you guys, save you some time too. Thank you for watching, and make sure you hit the like button and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what you guys think of my analysis here, and what do you think of my plan. And I look forward to interacting with you guys online here. Okay, so see you all tomorrow. Have a great evening. Ciao.